everybody, I hope you are having a great weekend so far, and welcome to the first episode in a brand new series that's going to be running all through the summer here on Philly Sports Network. If there are two things I like, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and it's the stock market. So we're combining them together to bring you an iteration of Mad Money, but about the Eagles. This is Eagles Stock Watch. We take a look at the rising and falling values of players through training camp to give an accurate prediction of where they're going to sit on the final roster, identify those underdogs who are going to shine in preseason and beyond, and maybe some players who are falling off the edge into that roster bubble. If you like this concept, guys, make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to hear your thoughts down below. Let's start off with the bullish stocks. If you're new to the stock market, bullish means you like it, it's positive, you want it to go up, you're going to put some money in and you're going to see some green numbers next to it. And the first one I'm going to bring to you is a penny stock, okay? It's easy. Imagine you're going into the stock market, you want to go for your Amazons, your Googles, your Microsofts, your Fletcher Coxes, your Brandon Graham, your Lane Johnsons. Sometimes you want a high risk, high reward play, and I present to you Tyree Jackson, the quarterback to tight end convert from the Buffalo Bills. He's 6'7", and over the first 3 or 4 days of practice has been playing like an absolute machine. Not only does he have a huge frame, but he's also got some soft hands. Now, why should you invest in Tyree Jackson? The answer is quite simple. The Eagles are really lacking tight end depth. If Zach Ertz gets moved, that leaves Dallas Goedert, Richard Rodgers, and potentially Jack Stoll or one other player. At the very least, Jackson is making a case onto the practice squad at highest. I think he could go on and maybe, just maybe, sneak onto this 53, depending what happens with Zach Ertz. I'm bullish on Tyree Jackson. Second up, Davon Taylor. There is nothing better than some insider trading. You get told to follow the money, follow what the big institutes are doing and where they're putting their money, and it looks like they're all in on the second-year product out of Colorado. We know the score with Davon Taylor, okay? Freak athlete, can get sideline to sideline quicker than I can down a cup of tea. The problem is he hasn't had much game time, and even on defense last year, we ended up playing a total of 32 snaps. It's not great for a third-round pick. The upside is there, but the Eagles have a new coaching staff, they have a new scheme, and Jonathan Gannon and new linebacker coach Nick Rollis are both high on Davon Taylor. And when you partner that with a refreshed offseason, I think we're going to see potentially some real defensive upside here. Now, will he end up displacing Alex Singleton as their long-term option? We know that Singleton was only signed on a tender, so it might be through the season they gradually lean towards Davon Taylor in the hopes that he can take over that linebacker spot. As of right now, though, plenty of reasons to be bullish on Davon Taylor and hopes he'll break out in preseason. I'm excited to see what he can do. Next up is Nick Mullens, and not a lot of people saw this one coming, but he may be the top stock gainer from the past week. He's the GameStop, the AMC, the one that no one saw coming that just shoots up in value. Nick Mullens came in on the back of an elbow injury. It's why he was released from San Francisco, but the Eagles, they're smart. They saw the potential. He's 24 years old, coming off of that elbow injury, but already has 16 starts to his name. And while he's been inconsistent, while he has struggled with turnovers and ball security, especially when attacking the middle of the field, you can't deny that the guy can sling it with the best of them, and he throws a very pretty spiral down the field. We're seeing that early in training camp. He is putting pressure onto the shoulders of Joe Flacco, and frankly, we love to see it. I think Mullens could be a great QB too. If Hurts went down with injury, Mullens is a guy that has won football games. He has gone out and carried the load. He's cheap, he's cheerful, plenty of upside. To go from Nate Sudfeld last year to Nick Mullens is a significant upgrade. There's one more player that I'm bullish on, and that is Josiah Scott. Now listen, I know Captain Cravon is gone and he's signed a new contract with the Miami Dolphins, but Josiah Scott came in as a bit of an under-the-radar cornerback player, and especially after the signing of Steven Nelson, no one really seemed to be in the picture. And at 5'9", limited to the slot, which means he'd be behind McPherson and Maddox this offseason, he's making some noise right now. He picked off the first interception of any Eagles player this summer. He's been really physical in his play, aggressively broken up a couple of passes. I think it could be a preseason standout, and someone, if we're going to liken him to a corner that has stood out previously in preseason, maybe the same level as Aaron Grimes. Who knows? The guys that have had their stocks down through the first week of training camp. There aren't too many players, which is good news, but Andre Dillard being one of them might be bad news. Now, it's not that he's done anything particularly disappointing. It's just that at this point, locked in a battle with Jordan Mailata, we need to see something from him. We need to see that he can get up and really prove he has more value than Mailata, and we're not seeing that right now. There have been instances where Dillard's gone up against Derek Barnett and really struggled, where Mailata has looked comfortable, and despite the fact they're rotating between them as to who gets starting reps, it's safe to say at this early point, Mailata has the leg up. The only thing Dillard has going for him right now is the fact he was a first-round pick, and that may lean into his favour given that Mailata is in a contract year. However, if he cannot do enough to show he is significantly better, then I think Mailata's going to walk out of this the winner, and right now, Dillard is not doing enough. Joe Flacco. Now listen, I spoke to Joe Flacco earlier this offseason in an interview on Philly Sports Network, and I began to understand the signing of him. I got why the Eagles brought him in. He's not there to be a leader. He is there to compete and to breathe down the neck of Jalen Hurts and to prove he can still start as he has with every team he's signed with in the NFL. He's a former Super Bowl MVP. He's competitive. He's from the area. He's still got that hunger. The problem is, he's not breathing down Jalen's neck, and instead, Nick Mullens is breathing down his. Flacco has to do more. They're paying him $3.5 million. This stock is going down. I would panic sell, paper hands, sell at a loss, get out of it at this point, and YOLO into the FOMO buying of Nick Mullens. I'd be all in, ready to accidentally lose another 20% of my portfolio on that. But right now, there's just nothing to overly like or get behind Joe Flacco, and that's disappointing, considering that he, again, is from the area. He hinted at having wanting to play for the Eagles since he's a kid because he grew up just across from the stadium. He's already made jobs in the area. He cares about the community. It kind of sucks, but with $3.5 million, fact of fact, he's got to do more. And there is one player whose stock I think is dipping, but I would say buy the dip, all right? We all want to find the GME, the next stock that no one sees shooting up. It's Miles Sanders right now, okay? A lot of people are obviously very bullish on Miles Sanders, and they want to see him thrive, as do I. The fact of the matter is, last year wasn't good enough, in my opinion, and if you take away those 3 home run hits, there wasn't enough convincing play on a consistent basis, and that hurt. You partner that in with the fact that there were a ton of issues in pass protection and a lot of drops. It's easy to understand why the consensus is bad. Now, talking about the drops, he led the position in drops last year, and now what we're seeing is a running back who is working endlessly on the jugs machine. 3 days in a row, we have seen jugs machine practices, we have seen an emphasis on ball security. In team drills, you've got a boxing glove on the end of a pole. They're wanting to emphasize that. Now, Sanders, in terms of his actual pass receptions, has bobbled a few, he's dropped a few, the confidence still isn't there. But why am I bullish? Why would I buy the dip here? Because I think that there is enough intent from the Eagles to iron this out. They see the potential and how dominant he can be as a receiver, how much that adds to the offense, having a running back as diverse as Sanders if he can catch the ball like he did as a rookie. They're really wanting to iron this out, and as a result, I think that with the continued work on his hands, he'll overcome those issues, begin catching the ball at a consistent rate again, and be a valuable weapon to this offense in more ways than just a running back. So buy the dip on Miles Sanders. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I even put on a lovely shirt. If you enjoyed it, again, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment down below. From myself, Liam Jenkins, I'll see you soon.